At times when I'm down, a lot of times I'll take out a journal and a pen and I'll start writing out my feelings. Sometimes I'll intentionally rhyme them or not, so they become poetry, they become lyrics. Or I'll sit down at the keyboard and I'll close my eyes and I'll play whatever comes to me, whatever I'm feeling, capturing those emotions. Sometimes it's just music, sometimes I'll put the words and the music together. It's a place to release what I'm feeling, to communicate what I'm feeling, to get across my emotions, whatever they are, and it's very cathartic, it's very healing, and I'm creating a work of art, and it always lifts me out of my depression. Creativity is a place to put all of your energy. It's a place to focus. It's a place to find purpose and to place your goals. And being creative, you're placing your thoughts and your energy into that source of your creativity. It's definitely a great source of happiness and therefore relief from depression. So I just want to reiterate that there's great joy in creativity. Instead of moping around in your sadness, paint a picture, learn to play an instrument, make YouTube videos, write poetry. Creativity is happiness. So to recap, you will not be happy unless you strive to be so. People without goals and purpose are doomed to depression. Short-term gratification rarely leads to long-term happiness. You cannot be interested in something and depressed at the same time. Being productive and helpful increases self-worth and happiness. Depression and unhappiness are conditions which can be easily improved. One can come up with over 1 million things that could potentially improve the situation. So pick something and improve it. I hope you find true happiness.
Everybody is so concerned with the amount of stress that they're under. But in a lot of ways, people misunderstand stress. There is a point where you're never going to be able to get rid of stress. It will always be there. Now, I don't want that to be depressing to you. It's a situation where you have to know the good from the bad, just like anything else. There are good stresses. We call them eustresses. And the good stresses are the things that get you motivated, the things that promote your body to do something it has to do. It promotes you to have energy, to wake up. It promotes your body to repair if there's damage or injury. So stresses can cause a good response. So many of the stresses that you're affected by are good stresses, but they're also bad stresses, and then get to a point where they're destructive. So you want to learn the difference and try to use more of the good stress. Problem. But you also have the stress of not enough nutrients, say starvation, the stress of a poor diet where you're not getting nutrients in and you're eating things that stress the body in the wrong way, eating things that cause an immune response, or some other response in the body that's not wanted or unwarranted. That can create a problem. It can create a large problem. So if you're eating foods that are stressing the body and you're getting this big response where you have skin breakouts or headaches or runny nose, allergic response type things, that wasn't a good stress. And it was an inappropriate thing to do to your body. And it's going to cause more and more problems because at some point the body's not going to be able to handle the stress. You're eating sugar all the time, you're stressing the body, you're pushing for a response. That stress response is going to burn out and you're going to become diabetic. So there are good stresses and bad stresses again. But allostasis is the concept that these stresses push the bodies, and what you have to realize is that your body adapts. Your body can adapt in a good way or it can maladapt. It can go the wrong way. You need to start exerting control because you have control. If you just let life happen to you, then you're probably going to get the bad adaptations. If you're not adapting your body in a good way, it's going to tend to adapt in an unhealthy way. And then the next thing you know, you're in this unhealthy state. You're wondering how you got here, and it's really hard to come back because your body now reads all these unhealthy set points as normal. So you're going to have to fight adaptation all the way back to a healthy state. It's so much easier to stay on the healthy side and just keep getting better. It's not just one set point. And again, these set points change all the time. You want to learn how to change them in a good way. You want to learn to use allostasis to your benefit. And you can. But you got to plan for it. Don't just let life happen to you. Create your life. Create your health. Be happy, be healthy. This is Dr. Vince Belanzi. Learn allostasis.
There are over 350 videos on our channel, and I doubt you've seen them all. And the topics range from weight loss, nutrition, sexual health, all the way to psychology and mind control, and anywhere in between. And I think if you check them out, you're going to find some really interesting stuff.
So if I was going to take this show and be successful, I mean, I had a vision. Okay, let's say I got this show on national television, and you know, millions of people watch. I made a lot of money. Maybe that would be more stressful for me, or maybe.
Oh yeah, I couldn't see you.
You couldn't
balancing that. Yeah.
But I want that. But I also want that. You know, it's like.
But you, the one question that I always ask people when they say that is.
Yeah.
Why do you really want that? And do you truly want it because of what other people will think of you if you have that?
Yeah, that's part. But also, it would feel like I was successful.
But in whose eyes?
For me.
Where do you measure that? But how do you measure that? If
or in other people's, what I think other people would judge me for.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So that's what your ego wants. Your ego wants other people to measure you as being successful.
That's what most people think of. And it would also have more money.
Right. Yeah, which sometimes is more stressful than having less money. But I'm not saying always, but there's a happy medium in there somewhere.
But can I be successful in that way and have a different way of looking at myself? Can I go that way?
You can get quieter.
Okay.
You can have a show because you actually love talking to other people and bringing the best out of them. Mm-hmm. And if that was your goal, you would have the most successful show on TV. If your goal was really to bring out the best of other people and to truly listen to them and have them shine, then you would feel fulfilled, you would feel successful, and the show would grow and become more successful. You already have it all. I mean, this world is our creation. Our thoughts have created everything that exists. So you already have it all. You just are measuring yourself falsely, actually, because you really don't have any idea what other people think about you. Yeah. So you're actually the only one measuring and judging yourself. And you think that if you have more money, you'll feel better about yourself. And that never, ever, ever happens. That never works out. People usually start having a sense that people like them now for false reasons. I mean, there's a whole host of internal complications that come with having a lot of money and your life changing. And it never works out to feel differently about yourself internally. But go ahead.
No, I'm just getting, so it's not, the idea is not to have more, but to feel something else internally that will then draw a bigger picture.
Well, it'll just come to be inclusive of everything. I mean, you know, right now you're separating everything. You're separating your spiritual world from the material world. You're separating you from everyone else.
Right.
And if you were really just focused on bringing the best of you in service to other people, then everything gets tied together. And you wake up kind of like this light and shining armor. You know, you just really want to go out there and serve others because you understand that you already have everything you can ever want.
That's good.
But you have to drop the idea of, you know, measuring and judging yourself.
Right, and just let it all happen.
Yeah, and not thinking that you're responsible for it.
Responsible for other people.
Not even responsible for your life and the way that it's working.
I'm not even responsible. I'm just doing what I'm here to do.
Right.
How do I even know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing?